Assalamualaikum, welcome to my YouTube channel. So our today's topic is pollutant. These are the waste material that pollutes the air, water or land. Now the question arises how these pollutants are produced. Human activities produce and release these contaminants into the environment. They endanger human life by polluting the environment, air, water and soil. Pollutants are chemicals that pollute the environment. On the other hand, contaminants are the things that make something impure. Now, what are the factors on which pollutants depends? The pollutant's severity is determined by three factors: its chemical type, concentration, and persistence. Chemical type means what type of chemical is present as pollutant. Is it really harmful or moderate harmful? And how many amount of in concentration? If it concentrated, then it is harmful. If its concentration is not high, then it will not harm as much as you think. And the third factor is persistence. Persistence means it is continuous or not. It is continuously harm environment or not. Now come to the types of pollutant. There are 7 major types of pollutants I am going to discuss. The first one is air pollutant. Air pollutants are those species that are present in air and harm the air and living organisms. Air pollutants change the weather badly, affect the human health, damage the plant and destroy buildings. Now the second is water pollutant. Water pollutants are those pollutants that are present in water and change the composition of water. Due to water pollutants, aquatic life can be harmed and it can also affect human lives. Third one is soil pollutants. Soil pollutants are those species that are present in soil. It can also harm human lives, also animals and living organisms that are present in soil. The fourth one is thermal pollutant. Thermal pollutants can cause thermal pollution, and thermal pollution is a rapid change in temperature in a natural body of water. This pollution is most often caused by heat discharge from an industrial facility or another human activity. The fifth one is radioactive pollutants. Radioactive pollutants cause radioactive pollution. It occurs when living organisms and their environment are exposed to ionization radiations from radioactive elements. Radioactive elements like uranium and ionization radiation comprises helium or alpha particles. The sixth type is noise pollutants. Some of the causes of noise pollution are vehicle, aircraft, industrial machines, loudspeakers, crackers, etc. These are also types of noise pollutants. It can also cause harm to human bodies. The last type is light pollutants. Light pollutants cause light pollution. Light pollution is the presence of unwanted, inappropriate or excessive artificial lighting. The term light pollution refers to the effect of any poorly implemented lighting during the day or night. So this is all about pollutant and its types. Now I am going to discuss air pollutants in detail with its major types. As we have already discussed air pollutants are harmful substances present in the air. Air pollutants change the weather badly, affect the human health, damage the plants and destroy the buildings. So the major air pollutants are primary pollutants and secondary pollutants. So the first type is primary pollutants. Primary pollutants are the waste or exhaust products produced by the burning of fossil fuels and organic materials are referred to as primary pollutants. For example, sulfur oxide SO, carbon oxide, carbon monoxide and dioxide also, nitrogen oxides NO, hydrocarbons, ammonia and fluorine compounds. As you can see the definition of primary pollutants, the waste or exhaust produced by the burning of fossil fuels and organic materials. The examples are SO, sulfur oxide, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, nitrogen oxide, ammonia, hydrocarbons, and many more. Now come to the second type, secondary pollutants. Secondary pollutants are those pollutants that are obtained by primary pollutants through a variety of processes. For example, sulfuric acid, carbonic acid, nitric acid, hydrofluoric acid, ozone, and peroxyacetyl nitrate, we can also known as PAN, are the secondary pollutants. Following are the examples: sulfuric acid, second is carbonic acid H2CO3, third is nitric acid HNO3, HF is the hydrofluoric acid, O3 is ozone layer, and last one is PAN, peroxyacetyl nitrate. Now I am going to discuss some air pollutants that are carbon monoxide, nitrogen dioxide or nitrogen monoxide, sulfur dioxide, ozone, and particulate matter. Now the first air pollutant is carbon monoxide CO. The sources of carbon monoxide are emissions from automobiles, fires, and industrial operations. This gas can cause production of smog. In healthy person, it can increase symptoms of cardiac diseases such as chest discomfort. It can also cause visual difficulties and damage physical and mental skills. As you can see, the second one is nitrogen oxides. The sources of nitrogen oxide are same as carbon monoxide. Emission from automobiles, fires, industrial operations. While for environmental risk, it can cause harm to plants and helps to the creation of pollution. Nitrogen oxides can also cause inflammation and irritation of the respiratory tract of humans. Now the third gas is sulfur dioxide. The sources of sulfur dioxide are electricity generation, fossil fuel burning, industrial activities, and automotive emissions. Sulfur dioxide can cause breathing problems, asthma, and heart problems. We will discuss particulate matter in the end of this lecture. Now the third pollutant I am going to discuss is ozone, O3. Ozone is an allotropic form of oxygen consisting of 3 oxygen atoms. It is formed in the atmosphere where an oxygen atom joins an oxygen molecule in the mid of stratosphere. I have discussed stratosphere in my previous video where I discussed atmosphere, the layer of atmosphere, composition. So you can watch that video. So the sources of ozone are car emissions, gasoline, vapor, chemical solvent, and electrical utilities are thus all sources of ozone. In terms of environmental risk, it interferes with certain plants' capacity to breathe, making them more vulnerable to other environmental stresses, for example, disease, harsh weather. It can cause respiratory diseases, lung function is impaired, and breathing passageways are irritated and inflamed due to this ozone gas. The last pollutant is particulate matter. The sources of particulate matter are fires, smokestacks, building sites, and unpaved roads. Interactions between gaseous compounds released by power plants and cars are also examples of secondary particulates. It contributes to the creation of haze and acid rain, which alters the pH balance of streams and harm vegetation, buildings, and monuments. It can also cause breathing problems, breathing diseases, heart diseases in humans. So this is all about today's video. In exam, the examiner can ask question, define pollutant, write down the factors on which pollutants depend and how many types of pollutants are there. Or they can also ask you some examples of air pollutants, like we have discussed 5 examples. Let me recall you: carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxides, sulfur dioxide, ozone, particulate matter. These are all the air pollutants. We have discussed the sources, environmental risk and human health risk of each of one. So this is all about today's lecture. In another lecture I will come with another topic. Till then, Allah Hafiz.